Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about winter driving. Just some tips and tricks that might help you get out of a ditch and maybe keep you out of the ditch to begin with. Now, a lot of people like to lock up the brakes once the weather gets bad. That's, ask me, one of the worst things you can do is lock up your brakes. Yes, all cars nowadays come with something called ABS, anti-lock braking system. But you can also assist that by pumping yourself. Instead of locking up your brakes, pump the brakes. Because when you start slamming on your brakes, what's going to happen? You're going to take the weight off put all your weight on your front end and take it off your back end. Now, if you're in a truck, now that's where all your drive is coming from. So I'm going to use a little toy car. What's going to happen is you're going to slam on your brakes, and yeah, obviously this is emphasizing a little bit, but you're going to lock up your brakes, your back end of your truck is going to come up a little bit. That's how those stunt drivers are able to do a 180 in the middle of the road. They're trained to lock up their front brakes, which takes the weight off their back, and they can swing the truck around. And how often do you see a car facing the wrong direction in the ditch, the direction that they were going? It's because they lock up their brakes, slam down on the front of their car, takes the weight off their back of their car. Now you just cut your traction down in half. You just went from 4 wheels to 2. Basic math. And now the car is going to want to do a 180. And now you're flying down the highway in reverse. But if you would sit there and pump your brakes with the ABS, don't lock them up and just press on them, you're going to keep that traction on the ground where it belongs. The only traction you got are your 4 tires. This isn't a bobsled. You don't have the whole bottom of your car running down the highway. You just got, and if you really want to break it down per square inch, you're probably looking at maybe a foot per tire depending on your tire, on how big and how small your tire is, how narrow your tire is, how wide your tire is. Now in snow, the wider your tire is, the worse, because you're increasing how much you're going to be riding above that snow, and you're increasing your footprint, pounds per square inch, going to the snow, going to the road, and it's going to be more like ice skates. So the wider your tire, the worse it is on snow. So what you don't want is a really super wide tire in the middle of winter. Find a happy medium. I buy 1 tire, but I buy tires for all year round. Why they put some of these street tires on a 4-wheel drive truck, they ask me, it turns it into a 2-wheel drive truck immediately. So go out and spend some nice money and get yourself some nice traction tires, some all-around traction tires. Make sure they got some grip to them. I can't think of the word off the top of my head, but yeah, they can put little splices in it, in your tire. That also increases. Yes, it wears down on your tire wear a little bit, but don't do it heavily. Just do a little bit. That little extra bit helps for traction. Another thing, well, once you locked up your brakes and now you're sitting in the ditch and you're all panicking and you're trying to figure out how you're going to get out, first of all, calm yourself. Panicking ain't going to get you nowhere. It's what I tell my kids. And you can either call the tow truck. It's completely up to you. But if you want to save yourself $200, $300, possibly even $400 if you're way out there in the boonies, and I've done this myself. I've been out off-roading in a pickup, got stuck. I got stuck up on a pile of branches that were hidden underneath the snow. I went around and I did a 30 count on all my tires. I found a pen in my truck, took the little tip out. You can leave the tip in too if you want. And you push on your valve stem and you count to 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You got the drift? I don't have to count to 30. And do that to all 4 tires. This way you're even. If you're in a car and you only got 2-wheel drive, you only have to do it to your drive tires. You do not have to do it to your tires that will not turn. It won't make no pinch difference. But if you do that to all four of your tires in an all-wheel drive car, what that does is makes your tire a little softer. Now you might have to do that 2 or 3 times, so you might have to let a minute and a half out of each tire. 90 seconds out of every tire. But do it in small increments, see if it helps. Sometimes you need a lot of air, sometimes you need a little air to get out. But just lowering your tire pressure on your tire can get you out of a lot of snow. The other thing will help is there's a letter of the alphabet. It's on your car, right down by your shifter or up on your shifter. An L, that stands for low. Put it in there. Don't leave your car in drive. Put it in low. That keeps your RPMs lower, gives you more traction. It's geared lower to help you get that better traction getting out of the ditch. Sometimes, yes, putting your foot to the floor does help, but not most likely. You'll just dig yourself deeper faster. So, put it in low and get yourself out slowly. So that's another thing you do. Do a 30 count on all 4 tires. Get in your car. Try. Put it in low. Try driving out. If it doesn't work, go again. Just whatever you do, don't make sure you don't let too much air out and you pop your bead off your tire or off your rim. I would only go maybe 2 minutes 2 minutes total out of letting air out of your tires. And if you do that, you cannot get on the highway and do 70 miles an hour. I'm not going to be responsible for a bunch of people going out there and popping beads off the tire, because your car is meant to have 40 pounds of pressure in your tire, and now you're running 10. So what we need to do is drive slowly, get in the slow lane as fast as you can, as safely as you can. Get in the slow lane and pull at the next gas station or auto place. Auto places will generally fill up your tire for free and get your tire pressure back up. You're out of the ditch now. You just saved yourself $200, $300. Give the man a $5, $10 tip and say thank you, because he just had to do all 4 of your tires. And go on your merry way. Be happy you just saved yourself $200. That will help a lot. I've done it in cars. I've done it in trucks. Just lowering your tire pressure will get you out of a lot of stuff. Off-road vehicles, those big rock climbers and those mud runners, they don't run hard tire pressure in their vehicles. It's only 10 or 15, maybe 20 pounds. So therefore, that's how they get their most traction, because it allows a tire to, instead of just a flat spot, because the tire's pumped up so hard, it actually allows the tire to conform over something and bend a little bit. And then you'll get a better bite on the snow or the mud. But so therefore that'll help you a lot. You know, there wouldn't be a car out here until I started videoing a video. And one more tip is just have some extra stuff in your car. Have your typical winter safety equipment in your car. Sometimes a bag of sand can get you out of just an icy spot. I've been stuck in the middle of the road. I was trying to pull another guy out, and I crossed the crown of the road with my pickup, and the yellow line was running right underneath my pickup, and I got stuck there. Could not move. The ice was so thick on the road I couldn't move. But I got out. I did a 1 minute count on my tires. That helped. And I poured a little sand on the road. I was able to pull him out and get myself unstuck from the middle of the road. So I didn't end up having to call a tow truck or burning up a bunch of gas and just sitting there melting my tires because I'm stuck on ice. You got to melt the ice or give yourself a little bit more traction by, like I did. I did a 1 minute count, lowered my tire pressure, got me out. So next time you're stuck in a ditch and you're not buried up to your, I mean, this isn't going to work if you're buried up to here. If you're buried right up past your fender, it's a good chance you're going to need a tow truck. Or if you're slammed and up against a tree, you're going to need a tow truck. This is just if you go sliding into the ditch, nothing major happened, you got no damage done to your car, lower your tire pressure, do a 30 count every time. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then go again if that doesn't work. 1, 2, 3, 4 tires, but do a 30 count. You can even do a 10 count, but most time a 30 count is where I've always had the best luck having it start to work. And then you get in your car and you ease onto the gas. Don't jump in there, put it in low and floor it. You're going to blow your transmission or your engine. There was a few tips just to help you get out of the snow if you're in the ditch and you got no one around. Sometimes I've got myself out of the ditch a lot of times that way. I've flown into ditches. I've even flown into ditches at 70 miles an hour, just grabbed another gear in the truck and kept on going. I just pulled right back on the highway next to the car. I caught that little bit of snow on the edge of the road, threw me into the ditch, and I didn't even slow down. I was in 5th gear, I slammed into 3rd gear, kept my RPMs up, and drove right back onto the road and kept on going. And then after that, I pulled over at a gas station, checked out my car, and I was A-okay. See how many cars there are as soon as you pull out a video. And they also have to take that extra time to sit there and stare at you. So, 30 count, 4 tires, unless it's only a 2-wheel drive, front-wheel drive car. Then you only need to do your drive tires. That means your front tires, or if you've got a 2-wheel drive pickup, do the back tires. So just make sure what kind of car you got. Some cars nowadays, a lot of cars are turning into these all-wheel drive cars. AWD will say in the back. Or just stop at your mechanic and ask them, is this a 4-wheel drive vehicle, is this an all-wheel drive vehicle, or is this a 2-wheel drive vehicle? They will tell you. They'll be happy to tell you. They'll take 1 second of their time. Even if you tell them what kind of car it is, they could probably tell you exactly without even interrupting what they're doing. And if you got a Ford Taurus, they don't make 4-wheel drive Ford Tauruses unless you took it to some shop and they revamped it. That's a 2-wheel drive vehicle. Your Chevy Cruises, 2-wheel drive vehicle. But I hope this helps you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. If you got a tip for winter driving, let us know. Put it in the comments. Let us know about your tip. Thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe, and you can get the next video. See ya. Happy winter driving.